Do you ever sometimes start getting clicks when you're playing the Susap, but can't figure out why you're getting clicks? Well, I came to the realization last night when I was playing, because I play Susap fairly regularly, but sometimes I start getting clicks and I'm unsure what's happening. I try to adjust my technique or to tap harder, and it still ends up clicking. And last night I was playing the Susap, I started getting some clicks. I wasn't getting good sound. I was starting to get some clicks. I'm like, oh man, I wonder what it is. I wonder if I could just hold the harp up and troubleshoot what's happening. And then when I did, I noticed something. If you notice, this string here where I'm tapping is not straight in line. I ended up being slightly below my center of percussion. Here's the Susap. Here's the reed, and you tap along it. You have a center of percussion where you should tap it. And if your thumb ends up being below there and you're tapping, you're going to get weak sound. You're going to get clicks. So I found a good thing to keep in mind when you're playing the Susap. If you're playing it, you have your hold hand. I'm going to call this the hold hand. This is the string hand over the center of percussion. If you know you're on your center of percussion, if you know you've got your length right, but you're playing it and you're getting clicks and weak sound, you're likely below that, because our tendency, or at least my tendency as I play, humans don't generally keep their arms up at 90-degree angles in front of themselves or keeping our arms up. A lot of times when we're playing the Susap, we start trancing out, we get into the Susap. My tendency is this hand here is going to start to drop a little bit, and I start getting clicks. And what happens to me, what I found when I get a click, is I kind of cringe. I'm like, oh no, not a click. And then that further makes the problem worse, because I've already, my string hand has already dropped below the flat plane, because jaw harps like to be struck on a flat plane. I've already dropped slightly below what would be a flat plane. I start getting some clicks. I cringe a little bit, and that causes my body to curl. When we curl down, it further worsens the problem, because here we were below it, and then we start rolling. Everything starts to roll over. When we start to hunch up like this, we're not loose, we're not limber, we're starting to crunch down, so it becomes more of a forced movement too. So those are the times when I'm playing the Susap when it tends to fall apart. And I was glad to have that realization, or thankful to have that realization last night, that we need to keep our Susaps up. I'm going to call this, here's our hold hand here, here's our string hand. Keep the string hands up, keep them active. If we become lazy, if we start to hunch, then we're going to probably get worse sound, or not as good a sound as we want. We're going to get clicks. We're going to get weaker sound because we're dropping down. We're rolling over. And it's really easy in life to be hunched over. Oftentimes at work, I'm sitting on a 5-gallon bucket, pipe wrenching stuff together. That's this motion here. That's like a compressing motion. So sometimes after I get off work, if I don't stretch it out, I'm kind of hunchy. I'm kind of hunched over. Oftentimes also if I'm uploading YouTube, I'm working on the computer. I'm over on the computer. I can tend to hunch sometimes a little bit to see the screen, especially if I'm too far away. So another good practice when you're doing the Susap is before you do it, just limber up a little bit, do some stretchings, do your stretchies, do some beginner yoga or whatever you can do to limber up, because we don't want to be hunched. We want to have a good high grip or a good active grip. We want to be active. So if you feel yourself starting to lose sound, the first thing, and you know that you haven't slipped off of the center of percussion, if you feel like your sound's going downhill, or if you're getting some clicks, remember, up, active, conscientiously raise your arm up a little bit here, like this. Boom, we want a higher, more active grip. So be proactive and be active and up when you're gripping the harp. Because we're up here, good posture, probably good sound. If we start dropping down, we start dropping that hand below. It doesn't want to be down here. It doesn't want to be down there. It wants to be exactly straight in line. Watch this. Let's see if I can do an analog of this. About here, I'm high enough as I need to be. You can see it's straight. Good sound. I start dropping down, getting clicks, start getting no resonance, because I'm actually hitting slightly. I'm still hitting the reed, but I'm hitting slightly below it. Anyways, comment below if this is helpful, or any realizations you've had on the jaw harp. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more harpery. like, share, subscribe for more harp-free. Make sure to keep your harps clean, keep them dry, and keep them old. And most of all, be good to each other. And here, we'll pop up at the end here, a little pop-up for beginner how to play the Susap if you're new to the Susap. I love y'all. Harp out. There I am. I'm probably drifting down. Wah, I curled. I'm going to bring up, active.